behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Bash TV. Palm Bash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Palm Bash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. Got a great interview coming up in just a moment, but before we begin, don't forget about the subscribe and bell buttons here on YouTube, and when you do that, you'll always be notified of any new episodes coming your way. And leave a comment on the comments section if you like. We'd love to hear from you there. And if you look at the description part, contact info is there. And we're going to repeat the contact info at the closing credits at the end of the show, so I hope you will stay tuned for that. From Plano, Texas, we have Trevor Renteria, and he's a very awesome artist. And I know you'll enjoy it, and we'll get to that in 1 second. But first, here's a quick word from the Caden Gordon Show. So don't go away. We'll be right back right after this.
The Caden Gordon Show. Today's best country mix is a 2-hour show playing independent and mainstream country music you know and love. Be sure to check it out at thecadengordonshow.com for more information on the show.
Okay, we're back, and with us from Plano, Texas, we have Trevor Renteria. Thanks for joining us, Trevor.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. We're glad to have you here. We've had a few problems, conflict-wise in scheduling, but we're finally here. So, well, tell us about the story about you. I mean, how did you start in the music business? I mean, I'm sure you always wanted to be an artist since you were a kid. Maybe it came much later. Tell us in your own words.
Yeah. So growing up, my parents, my mom and my grandpa, they were all involved in music at church and everything. And so, I grew up always doing like little specials at church, like singing songs. Like when I was 3, 4, 5, we would do little during our offering time, I would just perform a song or something. And then as I grew older, I went into when I was in middle school, I started playing the cello, and I did that all through middle and high school. And then in high school, I started to play the guitar, and in high school is when I started writing my own songs, and so that's when it really, I guess, sparked from that was when I started writing songs. But after that, I kind of went on. I wanted to try to make it big as soon as I graduated, and so I tried out for the X Factor. I made it pretty far. Didn't make it to the live shows or anything. But that no kind of crushed me a little bit because I was so young, and so I kind of put music on the back burner for, I would say, like 10 years. And so I really didn't start getting back into music until till COVID, really, in 2020, whenever we're all stuck at home trying to figure out what to do. So I started to pick up the guitar again, and I started writing again. And then I figured out ways to produce and record my own stuff. And then I started really putting out music in 2022. So that was the first time I put out music. So yeah, long story short.
Well, that's a good story. So I guess technically you've only been an artist for about a couple years now.
Yeah, a couple putting out my music. Yeah, it's only been since 2022. So.
All right. Well, what were some of the influences? I mean, I'm sure you got a few influences that helped motivate you in your musical styles today.
Yeah. So I really love Adele's songwriting and just the way that she's very vulnerable and raw in her approach to her recording. You can tell that there's a lot, you can feel the emotion through even like a studio recording. I gain influence from her. I'd say growing up, my dad listened to a lot of classic rock, like Boston, and what's some other ones, like the Beatles, stuff like that. So I kind of blend like those different worlds together with what I put out now. I'd say my music has a little bit of a throwback sound to it. I don't really like the electronic sound as much as, like, how pop music today is a lot more electronically driven. I mean, I love it. I love to listen to it, but for my own stuff, I like the way that that like playing all of the instruments yourself sounds more like, I want it to sound more like if I was recording on an 8-track or something like that. Yeah.
Mm.
So
Yeah, Adele is very talented. Obviously, she's a great singer, and I can see where you got your influences from there. Well, everybody might want to know how to download your music, and if you have an official website, they may want to know that. They may want to follow you on social media as well. Tell everybody about all that.
yeah, so to find my music on Spotify or all streaming platforms, Apple Music, it's just my name, Trevor Renteria. And then on all socials, I'm just at Trevor S. Renteria. And then my website also is just www.trevorsrenteria.com. And that's where you can find me. I think it has my website just has, it's basically like a link tree where it just has all the links. So if you go to my website, you can find my music on any platform that you want to listen to it on.
All right. Well, everybody go out there and find him on all those social media and streaming sites. And I know he would love you for that. And the video we're going to be playing in a second is called Green Light. I'm sure it's self-explanatory, but tell us a little story about this song.
So actually, it's kind of a funny story because at the time I wrote the song. I wrote the chorus. I was running late for work, and I kept hitting every red light, and I was like, why can't I just get a green light? Can I get a green light? And so I just pulled out my voice memo on my phone, and I just recorded. I was like, I keep hitting those red lights, and I wrote the hook that way, and then I was like, well, that's like kind of a cool metaphor for like kind of it feels like you keep hitting a roadblock in your life. And so that I just turned it into like into more of a metaphor. But in reality, I wrote it because I was literally hitting every red light. So
okay.
So yeah.
Well, I love this song, and I know you will too. And we're going to get to that in a second. But Trevor, thank you so much for being on the show today. Come back anytime you want to plug something new. We'd love to have you back on sometime. I
appreciate you taking the time to interview me. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, Trevor. And here it is, Green Light by Trevor Renteria, and it begins right now.
Just walk me to the car. I know I said I wasn't at the bar. Why does this feeling have to be so hard? If you only knew what it takes to restart. I keep hitting those red lights, red lights, red lights, red lights, trying to get to you. Can I get a green light, green light, green light, green light, trying to get home, home. Why do we have to make this hard? Make this hard. Sometimes I feel so far apart. Why can't we seem to get in sync? Like our pen is running low on ink. I keep hitting those red lights, red lights, red lights, red lights, trying to get to you. Can I get a green light, green light, green light, green light, trying to get home, home. Why is our love intoxicating? You make me crazy and amazing. We have have so much potential. We'll come together eventually. I keep hitting those red lights, red lights, red lights, red lights, trying to get to you. Yeah, yeah. Can I get a green light, green light, green light, green light, trying to get home, home. What the hell have I done? Our trust is gone. I'm such a love con. What the hell is this? I'm better than this. I'll make it better, don't you forget. What the hell have I done? Our trust is gone. I'm such a love con. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. Finally getting those green lights, green lights, green lights, green lights. Gonna get to you. Finally getting those green lights, green lights, green lights, green lights. Gonna get home, yeah.